Welcome back, Cretans. Cruel Noise is a conversation I had with the band YDI. I had originally reached out to the singer Jackal about doing an interview with him, and then he had the idea of me coming to their practice space, talking to him and the rest of the band, and them playing some songs for me. So that is what you're about to hear. Kind of a back and forth of talking and then music. And yeah, it was a whole lot of fun on my part. Hopefully I learned a lot, which was great. I don't hope that I know that. I hope that you enjoy it as much as I did, at least a fraction of as much as I did. And yeah, they have a new record coming out next year. I imagine it's going to be good. The new songs they played were good, as you can hear me say. I wasn't super well equipped for this. It was a bit of a last minute change up on what we were going to do. The vocals are a little low, but you know, when they're playing, that is. But it is what it is, and I think it turned out good. So without further ado, enjoy YDI on Cruel Noise.
You are from Philly?
Yes.
Yeah. Where did you grow up in Philly?
Brewery Town.
Brewery Town?
Yes.
What's there now?
It's still Brewery Town.
Still Brewery Town?
Yeah.
Has it changed a lot?
Yeah, it's gotten gentrified. Everything's like more expensive and affluent.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of America now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. What was music when you were younger, like a kid? Like, what were you into?
What do you mean kid?
Like a child. Like, what was the first music that really meant something to you? Or you were like, even like a song that...
Green Hornet theme by Al Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it's not Al Hurt. It's the Flight of the Bumblebee. I think, I don't know. Do you know who wrote the Flight of the Bumblebee? It's a cover song.
It wasn't.
I think it might be a classical song.
Wasn't
I don't know.
I think it is.
It's a class. No, it's classical. But when I remember watching that kid, I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
The energy.
Yeah.
So that has like a punk rock kind of.
Yeah.
The fast energy, you know.
Mm-hmm. What was like before punk? What were you into? Was it like rock music or?
Well, my brother was into rock, so I listened to Jimi Hendrix, Alice Cooper. I'm trying to think, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
It wasn't punk, but
yeah,
that's what I was pretty much into.
Yeah, older or younger siblings or both?
I have an older brother.
Older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he into any punk at all?
He was into like the Dickies, so he turned me on to like the Dickies and Devo.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into it. My older brother turned me onto that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's what older brothers are good for.
Yeah, yeah.
So he had good musical taste.
Yeah.
Oh, he took me. The first concert I went to was I think it was Captain Beefheart at the.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was only like 6 or 7 years old at University of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know anything. I mean, I used to listen to Frank's Hot Rats.
Oh yeah, that's
that album.
Yeah. So when did you find like punk on your own, like DIY punk? Was there other kids that were into
punk?
it?
I mean, the first time I heard of punk was like the Sex Pistols when I was in high school, but I knew this band was like different from like Kiss, because I knew Kiss was kind of radical, but Sex Pistols were more like scary, you know, like Kiss was more like entertainment, but Johnny Rotten was like kind of like, you didn't know what were they about. They're like they seem really evil and destructive and anti-society, and so that's when I first heard about Sex Pistols. I mean, punk rock.
Mm-hmm.
The DUI stuff, I guess, would be. Black Flag, because they had their own. Greg Ginn had his own label. So
yeah. Did you see Black Flag when they came through ever?
Yeah, they came. When I first saw them was 1981.
Mm-hmm.
When they played the Irving Plaza on the six pack EP tour.
Yeah.
Dez was singing, and Bad Brains opened up. I had no idea who the Bad Brains were.
Yeah.
I just came to see Black Flag, and all these DC people were there, and they were like going crazy. You know, I was like, wow, it's the first time I saw Slam Dancing live. I saw Slam Dancing on the Decline movie, but I actually never see it live.
Yeah.
So,
Where did you see Decline at?
at the TLA.
Yeah, cool.
That was crazy because like we all got start slam dancing when Black Flag played. We just got out of the aisles and started slam dancing.
I mean, it's hard not to. It's like
Yeah, we were all,
kinetic
like-
energy.
I think we were like 19 or something. I don't know.
Hmm. When did you have a thought that you could do punk on your own, like be in a
I
band?
just loved it. I used to pretend singing to the Circle Jerks and Black Flag and Germs,
Hmm.
like fake microphone and jump around in my room.
Yeah. Was there any bands before YDI that you tried to do?
There was one band called Legion of Decency.
Yeah.
One shot deal, and that was it.
Yeah. Play any shows or anything?
One show we played with TSOL
That's pretty cool. Where was that at?
at Love Hall,
That's awesome.
1982. I think it was June 1982.
Yeah. And then how long after that did like YDI come into formation?
We played our first show New Year's Eve, 82, 83. So I guess like 6 months later.
So in the beginning of '83,
Yeah,
and then you do the demo tape.
yeah.
Yeah. So those songs came together pretty easily then.
Oh yeah, Mike wrote some of the songs, and we all got together and wrote some more songs, and
Hmm.
it was awesome.
Yeah. And then so from there you would do the 7-inch, A Place in the Sun.
Yeah,
Yeah. The artwork for that, whose idea was it to use that
that World War II
John
propaganda, that was
Hartfield?
my idea.
Yeah. Where did you see it in a book or
I
something?
can't remember. Probably in a book. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah. It's like, it's crazy because his art is so cool and so many people have
It's Discharge used it. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Dove. Yeah.
discharged, used it. The like, and then I mean, much later on, the System of a Down used
Oh really?
they have an album that has like a hand on the front of it, and that is like a workers' rights poster that he did. They're like 5 fingers. You have like all the power in your 5 fingers. You make a fist and do whatever.
5 Fingers of Death.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Do you know how many of the record was pressed?
Place in the Sun.
Yeah.
1,000.
1,000. And you guys did it yourself?
Yeah.
Blood
Well,
Bubble?
we borrowed the money from Howard Saunders,
Mhm.
who was Cosmic Commander.
Yeah. That's cool. Where did you record it at?
At Disc Makers. I forgot the name of the guy. Vince. I can't remember the name. But it was pressed at Disc Makers.
Yeah.
I think it was Vince or Savage. I can't remember.
Was the person that recorded it, was it someone that was like knew about punk, or was it like
Well, the demo was recorded by Otto Capobianco, which was a friend, Kimba's friend from the Final Conflict. But at the studio, I can't remember. That was so long. That was like 40 years ago.
yeah,
You know, like-
yeah, it's a long time ago. I was just wondering if there was like if the person knew what it was supposed to sound like, because like the idea of going into a studio doing hardcore, if you had to explain to them like it's supposed to sound like this, or like it's supposed to be this loud,
Right.
or it's supposed to sound this like fucked up, compared to like what otherwise rock music would sound like, is like a producer wants to record things at low volume,
Mhm.
or like get a good quote unquote good sound or anything.
I guess he was just happy we had money to pay him, so he'd do whatever we said what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because back then, nobody had much money.
Yeah. What was the reception of the band like from people when you first started?
They loved us right from the beginning.
Yeah. There was no.
They knew who we were because they knew Howard from Sadistic Exploits. They knew Chuck. They knew me. They knew Mike.
Yeah.
So they knew that it was going to be good.
Yeah. So at that, let me grab my notes. That's a napkin.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah. The one thing that I was kind of struck by in the record is beyond the music. I heard the music. I'm younger, much younger, but was when I finally got the record. It was the thank you list. That there's like the one that really stuck out to me that would be Thurston Moore.
Yeah.
Like
we used to have a fan mail, like we had a P.O. box, and he saw us at one show and he wrote us and he liked us, and so we kind of like wrote him back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thurston Moore, Glenn Danzig, Tesco V, Sab Gray, Ian Mackay.
Yeah.
All old school people.
Yeah.
It was we were all young. It was all like all this energy going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Danzig, you see the Misfits when they would play here?
Oh yeah, first time I saw the Misfits was at the East Side Club in 1981. It was like 12, 13. Nobody was there. No, it was like nobody really knew who they were, and because Philly was kind of like didn't really know about the Misfits. When the Misfits played New York, it'd be packed, but
yeah,
in Philly wasn't that many people, and they came out. They were on stage. They were so incredible. I didn't know what they even looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had the 3 Hits from Hell single, and all you could see was their eyes. So back then, their fanzines were hard to get. There was no pictures. There was no internet. There was no, so you had no idea what they really looked like. And when they came out on stage, I was like, oh my God, these guys are fucking scary as shit. Like look like they rip you apart.
I know they're jacked.
They're jacked and like scary. They were like incredible. They were so good.
Yeah. Where did you get 3 Hits from Hell from?
33 Jazz Records. It was
Cool.
a record store in Philly. That's where I got all my records. I had the Dickies there, Devo, Black Flag, Circle Jerks, all that kind of stuff you get from there.
Yeah. What bands from here were you guys playing with?
In the beginning was Ruin, FOD. Excuse me. I'm trying to think. Those were basically the two. Ruin and FOD. Little Gentleman. Yeah, I'm trying to think. That was about so long. Yeah, those are bands that we started out playing with.
Yeah. Another band that thank you list is Last Rites. Was that a band? Did you ever play with them?
I think they were from Chicago, but I think they ran that magazine and did an interview with us. Were they from Chicago?
From Boston.
Boston, okay. They did Forced Exposure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's been so long. But yeah, we never got up there. I wish we could have.
Mm-hmm.
But he did the interview with us, Forced Exposure.
That's cool. Did you guys tour much? Or get out at all?
No, during that area, no, we never did. We never could get the money together or a van or nothing.
Yeah. Never did New York or anything?
Well, we played New York, but we never played... never did a tour, excuse me. We played Minor Threat in New York in 83. That was fucking awesome.
I bet.
With the Mob. With Great Gildersleeves.
Yeah. Where was that at?
Great Gildersleeves.
That's cool. What else?
And we played with Sam Hain's very debut show in '84 at Rock Hotel.
Oh yeah. I've seen that flyer. I
Yeah.
bet that was crazy.
That was the best.
Yeah. Did they do Misfit songs at the end?
No, they just played Sam Hain's stuff.
Yeah.
I think they played All Hell Breaks Loose.
That's cool. Oh yeah. They redid that song for
Right.
Sam Hain. Were people going crazy, or were they like
They loved
skeptical
them,
of a new?
I mean, they loved them right from the beginning.
Yeah. As the Misfits would come back to Philly, like after '81, did people start getting it?
Yeah, at the Love Hall, there was a little bit more people there.
Mm-hmm.
But Philly's kind of like, I don't know, never got caught on.
Yeah. Did you then become part of the Fiend Club?
Yeah, I used to write Glenn. That's how it got to be close.
Mm-hmm.
He saw us at the show in Minor Threat in Gildersleeves, and then he said he liked us. He sent me some really cool stuff. I wish I had it, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah. Did you get any of those shirts that he would like hand color or anything?
Yeah, I have a Misfits T-shirt. I have a Eighth Man T-shirt. His silk screen.
That's cool. Then for the LP, the YDI LP, what was sort of the like?
Oh, thanks.
The mindset of doing that, just like a continuation of what you were already doing, or?
Good. Ooh, that's good. No, that was more like drug fest, I guess.
Yeah. I could see that. The songs are longer. It's more like less just straightforward hardcore. There's like, I would say some experimentation, but it's not like, it's not so different that it sounds like a different band. It sounds like YDI, you know? Yeah. Did the Place in the Sun, did it sell well?
It sold out right away.
Damn. I mean, it's still a collectible record now,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you know. Yeah. Cool. Should we,
Yeah, let's play a couple of songs.
cool.
You can interview the guys in the band.
Nice.
Enough of me. I'm tired of me. I gotta say that Tesco V is always helped us out tremendously. He's the one when he reviewed our demo tape in '83, one of his touch and goes, and that's the one he catapulted us to whatever. That's what made us, you know, to who we are now. He really helped us out tremendously. Thanks, Tesco V and the Meat Men. They fucking rule.
then I gotta pee.
Where did you meet up with these guys?
I've known Chubb for...
It was at a Black Power Festival.
I don't know. When I first meet you, Chubb?
I'm fucking...
1,000 years ago. I
met you...
don't know.
Okay. Well, the first time I met Neil was at one of the satanic raves, one of Jason Goldberg's satanic raves at the Khyber, and the YDI was playing, and it was like you and Howard and Brian. I don't fucking remember. Yeah. But it was you, Howard, and Brian playing. I don't know who your bass player was. It was definitely before him. I was in the Dead Meat, and we played, and I was like so excited. I was like, I get to play Wide-Eye, like, because my buddy Ajax in Pittsburgh, you know from fucking being old.
Osrotten.
Ajax played in Osrotten, and Ajax, he was just like a good friend of mine. And he turned me on to Wide-Eye, like sitting on his fucking stoop, being like super drunk, drinking 40s in the morning. He's like, you're going to love this band. And he made me a tape. And it was Black Dust on one side, and on the other side, it was the demo and then the fucking 7-inch. Which is basically what Southern Lord put out anyway, but right. That was the cassette I had, but they were like recorded over and over and over again. Yeah. And I listened to it so much that like I wore the fucking tape out. And then all of a sudden there was this like satanic rave or whatever that I was playing at, and I like the guys in my band like some of the guys didn't really care that much, but I was like, it's fucking Wide-Eye. It's fucking, oh my God. And it was like, Howard playing drums, like, I was just so excited to see you guys. And that's like when I met you, because I remember being like a total fanboy. And I remember you guys played the one song we don't play now, Eighth Man. Yeah. But like, you guys played a ton of songs. Like, and it was like, it was so good. And
what year was that?
Not this year. I had no fucking idea. But, like, I mean, I feel like that's when we met each other. And then you would bartend at fucking Troc. And we'd see each other. And then, I remember you drove me home a few times. Like, you'd sit at my bar. I was bartending at Tattoo Moms. And you, like, drove me home a few times in your fucking beater. And, like,
yeah, I remember that.
We get fucking hammered. And you drive me home. We're like, well, lady will be all mad at me. But I remember the first time, though, that I got an actual copy of Black Dust, because it was Leora got there was dead stock of Black Dust. It didn't have all the shit inside of it, but they were selling it at Sit and Spin when they were on 9th Street. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, it's a real, like, it's this record.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, they're actual real ones. And I took it home and I listened to it, and I fucking called you on the phone and was like, this is so good. The vinyl is like, because I had a dubbed copy over and over and over and over again on cassette, and I got to hear it for real, and I was like, this is so fucking good. I was like, Neil, I love this. This is great. I remember, and you're like, thanks so much, man. You're getting fucked up. Okay, But yeah, like, I mean, I guess that's when I met Neil, like at one of those satanic raves, and it took a billion years until this happened.
Yeah.
And when I joined the band was when Dennis McHugh was like, you guys played at, it was the Tusk, and it was when Kimba was playing. Right. It was Justin, Kimba, Neil, and Howard. And you guys played all these songs I didn't know. And I was so excited to see why I saw these songs. I was like, there's all these songs I didn't know, and I was actually, honestly, I was a little bummed out. I was like, you guys played a couple like old songs. I was like, also I remember being up front, being like, at one point I was like, I'm gonna get a beer. Like, why do I want to get a beer? I should be wanting to murder people. And then Dennis was like, Chubb, you should play guitar for Wide-Eye. I was like, well, they got a guitar player. I was like, Chubb, you should play guitar for Wide-Eye. Thank you, Dennis. And I went home. And I put on Black Dust I put on turntable, and I was so hammered, and I tried to play along with it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I put a 7-inch on, I'm like, how the fuck do you play any of this? Like, because it's like two guitars that are kind of almost out of tune and bathed in reverb. And I'm like, I couldn't figure a lot of it out. And I was like, okay, I figured one or two songs out. I was like, Am I just really drunk or whatever? And then either way, you, Justin, the guy was already playing the band. He had a book that somebody wrote, and me and Justin met up in this room at the practice spot, and we just like stumbled through some songs. We just like he showed me like kind of where to go, and that was it. And then like I remember the first time we practiced, and I was like, I thought you still had a car. I thought Neil still had a car.
It was the first time it was serious.
I thought Neil still had a car though.
It was never serious.
Yeah, and like. Neil's like, they took a bus. Neil and Howard took a fucking bus to South Philly to jam.
They always took buses.
I didn't know that. Like, I remember when Neil had a car.
Why are you surprised
like,
by this?
No, because I remember Neil having a car.
I'd be surprised they took a limo.
Like, yeah, but like I remember Neil having a car, so I was like, yo, we have like a drum shells, and the night before Neil's like, no, Howard needs everything. And I was like, all right, I'll figure it out. No, he needed everything. But Howard could play with nothing, though. Howard was like a phenomenal drum player. Like, very, 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 very good at his craft. Weird, and did his things his own. He played open-handed.
Yeah, he didn't cross his arms.
He did not cross his arms.
Hi-hat.
Like, he didn't use his right hand for the hi-hat. It was left hand
Never crossed.
hi-hat, right hand snare. Which
like Carter Buford of the punk rock scene.
Yeah, it was fucking wild. But he also played for his church, so he played every Sunday. You know what I mean? The guy was like, he was musically very, very good. And fucking Justin and Howard would play like funk jams like all the time.
All the time.
Like when you guys would get together, like I mean, it's like the guy was musically inclined so much, and. Like it was just like this wild thing. Like I knew it one way. One of my favorite memories, and I'd say this one all the time, was when we started to do Enemy for Life. First time we jammed Enemy for Life. Howard's like, I haven't played that song since 1984, and I was like, oh, do you want me to like put it on? You want me to play it so we can like jam through? Because I learned it and you knew it, and Justin knew it, and I was like. Should we put it on so you can we can go through it? And he goes, fuck you, Chubb, just play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we played Enemy for Life like the best we had ever played it ever. And I'm like, that motherfucker hadn't played this song since 1984. It was like 2000 and what? I was like, the guy, he's good.
Howard was in the present.
And then when we would leave, practice, that's always the end of the set. And you know with it, he would just like say, he would say that all the time, as we were leaving all the time, and then he'd like get on a bus and go back to North Philly. Like, I mean,
by the way, you know, Chubb used to play and Eat the Turnbuckle, so it's you should talk a little about Eat the Turnbuckle.
Playing a lot of fucking
Turnbuckle. Phenomenal band, and like they're like the Plasmatics.
Fuck all those motherfuckers.
I saw them. They were
I'm gonna piss
something
them.
else.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah.
Something else needed to fucking play.
All right, listen. Talk to.
No.
How did you find yourself in the band, Justin?
She's my yoga teacher, so I
No. It was actually before that. I used to run into you at concerts. I remember you. You're very distinctive. I remember you.
He's my yoga teacher. I've known him for like since 2000. At least 8 years.
Really became hooked up around like 2014, like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been like 10 years now.
Yeah.
And I went and I saw you guys play, and I was like, this is a blast. And your bass player was just leaving, and I play bass, and I was like, and for me, like where Chubb's more of a historian of the shit, I'm really into the energy of it. Mm-hmm. And so once it goes, I'm like really into that energy. And so if you ask me the history of YDI or like the discography and shit, I don't know it like Chubb does, but like I'm more of like a present, let's shoot our target was in front of us. So like let's like
Here and now.
Yeah, I'm very much in the present of it. So for me, that's what YDI is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
the here and now. It's always been. Yeah.
Huh.
The lion's mouth, man.
Yeah. Back
Mike
to
was
you.
in the Ray Grady's. So that's for. He's another infamous band.
Gay ladies.
I was just in a bunch of bands for forever, always filling in, hired gun.
Punk
And I
rock
know
karaoke?
Punk rock karaoke with Chubb Rock. I've known Chubb Rock for like 21 years now. 20 years, something like that.
I don't know.
Joined-
I moved here in '97.
Joined punk rock karaoke in 2000.
You joined the band because
Five?
you were the #1 fan.
Yeah.
So we did this band called Punk Rock Karaoke, where we did about 70 like classic punk covers, and we had my buddy Chris Myers playing drums, and Mike was always getting up and singing. He was always getting up and singing. Like, I remember the time that I got my ball sweat and put it across your fucking like lips,
Yeah, I'll
and you
never forget
fucking were like wash off with beer. What anyway? But when my buddy Chris moved away to Vermont, Mike was like, "Whoa, it can't stop because we're just gonna end it." And he's like, "Why? Why is it gonna stop? Why is it gonna stop? I love this. I'll play drums." And one thing Chris has said was like, "Don't let that guy play drums." And he's the guy playing drums in the band, like, cause Mike's a really good drummer. He's very competent, and he fucking knows all the stuff, and he loves it. So why wouldn't we have that guy? And he's got a heart for it. And the same with him joining YDI. It's like he's got a heart for playing drums. He wants to do it, so fucking let's do it. And we've been playing music together for years, and
Well, that's why.
why not?
Chubb
He
Rock
did it
asked-
for me, not these guys.
I did it for Chubb. He asked me to fill in because he didn't want to miss that Fang show.
Nope.
So I learned some stuff, played with Chubb,
Yeah, we sat here.
and then came back, played with Chubb and Justin, and was like, okay, cool. Like, finally we'll get Neil in. To the next practice, came in, did it with Neil. It sounded good. We came to do one more practice before the show, and Neil's like, yeah, man, after that last practice, I called up Howard. I was like, you're out. We got a new drummer.
Well, he couldn't hear.
And I was like,
Howard couldn't hear.
and I was like,
that was
well, maybe you should have asked me. I thought I was just filling in for
That's
one
what-
show, but
Chubb-
here we are, like
I thought
over a
Chubb
year
said-
later.
I liked it where like it's,
thought Chubb
let's
said-
let this go out in the ethos of
I thought
who
Chubb
did
said.
it.
I thought Chubb said Mike's in the band, so I was like, Howard lost his hearing. You know, God bless him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he couldn't do the Fang show. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
I love it. I actually thought about calling Howard. I thought about calling him the other day, and we should call him now.
Well,
In any case, I had never heard YDI before. Never listened to YDI at all. Had no idea what the fuck.
Yeah.
Just did it for Chubb. And now I'm happy to be here. I like these guys.
Cool.
boy.
Yes.
What about the infamous basement show that we played?
Oh,
second
fuck
show?
off! That was so fun.
What
Shut
happened?
up! You guys
What
are being a bunch
happened?
of babies.
What happened?
It's fun.
What happened, Mike?
I booked a show in a basement.
It was. It ended up being.
It was
fun.
totally fine. We came here. We ate a bunch of mushrooms. We ended up at a show. We didn't play till 3 in the fucking morning, dude. It was
We did-
fucking.
but
When
what's
we
the coke?
played, everyone
Whole
went
lot of
nuts.
coke. I know you're not supposed to say that, but we did that too.
What are you not
Smoke
supposed
weed
to say?
and drink alcohol and.
Is your podcast anti-cocaine? Because we did
Not
a bunch
at
of
all.
mushrooms
Definitely
and a lot of cocaine.
We're
It
definitely
was-
not-
It was insane.
We're not a straight edge band, so
But I
we're,
hate-
we're
I
the
hate
bent
basement
edge.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it was
I
a
don't
bonding
care.
moment. It was a really a bonding
It
moment.
was.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah.
You were talking about now.
I mean, yeah.
That's
I
true.
know how angry you were, and we're watching Suspiria on somebody's couch, and
Yeah.
like that. It was just
a
a whole
remake.
fucking
It was a
night,
remake.
man.
Remake
I mean,
of Suspiria, and we're like
no made it
tripping.
worse. No made
Not
it worse.
hard,
if you,
but we were tripping pretty good.
No, made it worse. If you went outside, it made it worse because it wasn't the fucking greatest neighborhood.
Oh,
so
no,
it was like
no.
it was
Well,
better.
that's punk rock,
It was
right?
better to stay in the
When I
fucking like
first moved to Philly,
castle
like,
of
every-
like
when I
terror than
first-
go outside of the like forest of terror.
When I came to Philly before I moved here, like we played shows at Solid 13 and like my old band The Creeps in Pittsburgh, we played shows at Solid 13 and like everywhere that would do punk rock shows was like a shitty neighborhood. So like whatever, like I don't care. Like
There's shitty and there's no.
Just dangerous.
I don't know, man.
No,
I almost got
dangerous. Dude.
I almost got beat up and robbed by a guy tonight because I made a joke.
That's right. Yeah.
Where
These
was
guys-
the show?
Oh, it's, what show?
Southwest Philly.
No.
Southwest.
It was.
24 in Tasker.
It was like Southwest.
Southwest.
Oh yeah.
That's
45
Southwest.
Tasker, yeah. So.
I know. I've been by.
Nah, it's fucking that place ruled, man.
Rule.
Yeah, people get robbed there
It's
all the
one of those
time,
places where being a drummer, I hate playing basements
We have a lot of shit.
because I've played enough basements that I feel like I've fucking done it. I'm good.
Uh-huh.
But playing a basement where it's like, you know, I'm sitting there behind the drums in the back corner behind everything, and there's no windows, and it's like you just sit back there and you're like, there's a fire.
Fifth drink, you're
I-
committed.
It's
Oh,
like-
fuck it. Dude, I saw
No,
Mower
it's like,
play
if
there.
there's a
and
fire,
the
it's
whole
like, you
reason
just-
I said yes.
You just resign yourself to be like, I'm just gonna die behind these drums.
But
Yeah.
I watched Mower play there, and I threw fucking beers at Sean Mower the whole night, and I was like, oh, we can play here. They asked to play there. I said, let's do it. Fuck it. It's punk rock. It's fun.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a little scary. And it wasn't scary because whatever. I don't know.
Because everyone had left.
We got lucky.
No, we played in front of
There
a
were
decent
some
amount of people, and
there
the
was a good
people
amount
that
of
were there
people.
went nuts.
What about the meth dealer? He had a meth dealer there too, right?
No, he was coke. He was cutting up like his shit while we were sitting there around a coffee table having drinks. He's like just cutting it all up. He's like, "Hey guys, I sell this by the way." It's like, all right, you're not very good. Like, what are you doing?
Should have been dust. Should have been black dust.
Yo, Neil, what about when you were when Black Dust came out and you mailed copies of Black Dust with Black Dust? Oh, stop it! You're not gonna.
Allegedly mailed. Allegedly mailed copies of Black Dust
No one's
with
accusing you of anything.
Black Dust.
It's too long to
Actual-
get
actual
arrested
Black
for.
Dust. Allegedly.
Smoke
Yeah,
this.
just
Smoke
to
this
people
and
that
listen.
bought it, or to
Yeah, if they bought it, we had a PO box, and if they wanted a Black Dust record, they sent us money. We put some actual Black Dust in the bags in there. Say, smoke this and listen to the record. Complimentary. Allegedly, that happened.
That rules.
that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
What was Black Dust?
Well, it's
It
like
was,
I always say,
it's another thing.
if you don't
formaldehyde.
get caught, it's not illegal.
That's true. I think the statute of
Bombing-
limitations.
Yeah, I was saying the
passed.
statute of limitations is over.
Yeah. Embalming fluid and
Heroin.
yeah.
I thought that's what Black Dust was
Always
dust and heroin to get like.
Embalming fluid and
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I guess it was. Haven't smoked that in a while. It's still around, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know about Black Dust, but dust is still around.
Okay.
Is it really?
Let's go to North Philly right now. Let's take my
Okay,
man. to
let's
North
go.
Philly.
That would be the real experience.
Yeah. Well, I don't need that.
They used to, when we used to back in '85, me and Mike would go like around the zoo and like they would like come run up the car. Yo, we got it, we got a bundle, you know.
Hmm.
And you smoke it, you turn to it's like Ant-Man. First he turns a little ant, and then he turns to a giant. You're like, wow. It was the best.
I remember when I
Not
when I-
encouraging kids to smoke it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
I'm not encouraging you to do that, but it's the best, man. It's the
Yeah.
fucking greatest
I
thing
remember,
ever.
I remember the first time
Educational.
when I moved to Philly, like I only heard about dust in like Beastie Boys songs and shit. I moved to Philly, and then a friend of mine was like, "Oh, it was like Memorial Day," and we drove to North Philly and we got dust and we came back and we like smoked this dust and we're walking around. And I'm like, my head is like a fucking this big. My head's like a fucking balloon, and we go through this like these projects, these high-rise projects, and this dude, I look up and he goes, "White motherfucker!" And he throws a fucking pipe wrench at me, like
Holy
this
shit.
big, and it lands in the ground like a foot in front of me and sticks like a fucking 2-3 inches in the ground. And I pulled it out and I was like, "Thanks, man." And I didn't even know it was weird. I was like, "Thanks, dude." And I had that thing for like 3 years. I had this really nice pipe wrench for about 3 years. That was the first time I smoked dust. But that was like 97,
I
98.
can't believe that guy got rid
97.
of that nice pipe wrench
I was like, oh,
on
man.
your dipshit white ass.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know. Come on, you come to Philly, it's like, get fucked up. It's not a normal place.
But we had a great time in Pittsburgh, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Skullfest, it's fucking awesome.
Pivot. Skullfest was amazing.
Yeah, that place, Rock Bottom,
Oh,
What's it
fucking
called?
Rock Room.
Rock Room, that was fucking awesome.
Walked in there, it was like it was like the only thing the Rock Room was missing was like a girl with a fucking like snake around her head, and like it was like 80s fucking like
It was
punk rock
So
movie.
cool.
What is a bar in the 80s?
vampires in
movie?
the crowd?
Yeah.
Dude, there was a girl like at Rock Room that had her whole face
It
was
was Lost
white
Boys.
and like fucking Susie Sue makeup and shit like that. It was like it was amazing. Like I don't know, I love Pittsburgh. I love my hometown.
I love Pittsburgh.
I
It's
did
my
really
second
enjoy
home.
Pittsburgh. I did.
You were only there once.
Me and Mike went to the George Romero. We went to the Evans City Cemetery.
Oh yeah, where
Paid
Night of the
tribute.
Living Dead.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
It looked exactly the same.
That
Yeah,
was
it
really
hasn't
cool.
changed
at
at
all.
all.
I don't really care about that kind of shit, and I don't like zombie movies. But that movie was a game changer
Yeah.
on so many levels, and to actually be standing in the spot where like they set up the cameras and filmed such an iconic scene in film history was really cool. I'm happy we went to that.
Yeah, I'm happy. you took
That
me there.
was-
I've
that
never
was
been there.
great.
It was a spiritual.
I've been to Monroeville
thing.
Mall a million times. Motherfucker
Yeah,
slips
cool.
in his
It's awesome.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to
You been there?
Hmm?
You been
Talk
there?
to him
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. Have you been to the mall?
Nah, maybe next time we go to Pittsburgh, we'll go to the mall.
Yeah, you should. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have like a bronze bust of George Romero,
Oh, awesome.
which is real. It's right outside the Army Recruiter
Oh,
store.
wow.
It's real funny, but it's like it's cool. It's like it's super
You know,
iconic.
George Romero, he should have just fucking like been like, wow, I made like 3 or 4 of these great movies. I should
Run
stop.
this monkey farm.
And people need to stop giving that motherfucker money to
Yeah.
make movies.
Well, I mean, they
They're
did.
bad.
Like,
Yeah.
like Pittsburgh
died.
was
Did he
like
die?
zombie everything.
No, he didn't.
When
He
I
did.
grew up,
fucking good work, guys.
one of the places
He might
we
come
lived
back.
in-
You never know.
Ugh.
when my family, like when my dad owned these 2 butcher shops, when he got to owning 2 butcher shops in Pittsburgh, we lived in a nice neighborhood up north, and across the street from us, Catty Corner, was Christine Forrest's parents, like George Romero's wife's parents, lived across there. And they
Yeah.
like, dude, when you go trick or treating, like their house was creepy, and part of that movie, None of Living Dead, was filmed in there. Like the scene where they're like ripping apart the table, I believe, was filmed in their house. And I remember one time, like when I was a kid, like Christine Forrest, because my little brother was born and they had a kid, and they borrowed our like stroller because they didn't have one. They borrowed my mom's stroller. Like that's real Pittsburgh shit. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Like the house is really cool. And there's 2 trees in front of the house. And you have to walk past these trees to get your candy. And like, and they're like, you know, it's creepy. It was like, oh, that's a Night of the Living Dead house kind of thing. I don't know. I have a lot of heart for my hometown, man. I
Yeah.
don't want to live there.
I
but-
love there. I saw, tell you the story. Me and my brother took me to see Night of the Living Dead when it first came out in 1968. I was like 6 or 7, I think I was. It fucking scared the fuck out of me, man. I was like,
Like 8
the
years
fucking-
old?
No, I was 7, I think. I don't know. It just scared the fucking shit out of me. It was just too hardcore, you know. It's like everybody died. It was so depressing. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
It really made a mark on me, you know.
I don't think they really made movies like that before
No.
where everybody died.
There was
Yeah.
no,
Or
no
you-
hope, no
Yeah.
everything, just bleak.
And the guy that's like, you know, the main guy in the movie dies, and you're like, when they shoot him, at the end, you're like, what's the next thing?
It's a mind fuck.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's fucking amazing.
Well, what was the movie? I can't remember. Another movie where everybody died. Was it Joe? Remember Joe? A '60s movie.
Where the guy comes back from the war.
No, yeah, no, it was Easy Rider, and it fucking died.
Oh, yeah.
So that was around, but that was '69, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
When he shot him on a motorcycle or whatever.
yeah.
But so I guess maybe Night of the Living Dead might have been first. Well, it breaks your hope, you know.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Pretty dark.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing like it.
Yeah. Nothing
People
like-
have tried to replicate it, but it's not like that.
No, that was a game changer. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Does that start you on just loving
It
horror
just-
movies?
I used to like, Dracula and all that kind of shit, but this shit was like too much for me at 7 years old. I don't know. I was like,
Yeah, like
It's
the
too depressing,
monster movies
you know?
were like amazing because like the monster stuff.
the Hammer stuff. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, all that old Hammer movies and stuff. Like that's like, I don't know. I got into horror movies like watching with my mom. And my mom, and my dad, they always say like, well, R.I.P. my pops, but like they saw Night of the Living Dead when it came out. They went to go see it together as like a date, and
Wow.
yeah, and my mom was like, that movie was nothing like you ever saw in your entire life. And then like me and my mom would watch like a War of the Worlds and shit like that. Like that was like when I got in horror movies, was like sitting there with my mom watching these movies that were on like USA or whatever, like USA up all night. Like, but it was before that. Though. Oh man, Ron Shear was the best. But it was before that. But like me and my mom would watch these like old horror movies. My mom was it Fiend Without a Face was one of her
That was a
favorite
good one,
movies.
yeah.
Like, and now like I'll like watch horror movies with my mom. Like she still lives in Pittsburgh. If I ever go there, like we try to watch something like that. and they're just not the same. You know, and she's even like, it's like you always got to try to go harder. You know what I mean? And like with everything, like with hardcore music, like you know, everything just keeps evolving and going different. But there's something about those things that started it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The original.
Yeah. And that's why I love this band. This is like bring it back to
Terrifier?
Wide
I
Eye.
haven't seen Terrifier.
Terrifier was great. Amy was terrified. My wife was
I have seen
terrified.
that. That was scary.
Halloween.
I want to see Terrifier, but I haven't seen it yet.
That was great.
Do you
Yeah,
see
I've
it?
not seen it yet.
No.
It's just
It looks pretty
dirty
cool.
as fuck. It's great.
Yeah.
Is it? You see Terrifier too?
No, I haven't. Because it was only in the theaters, and the only theaters you could see it in were like in King of Prussia or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
no, they didn't have anything close. It was like either Jersey or King of Prussia or whatever. And I don't drive, so it's like I'll see it on TV. It'll be
It'll
fun.
come on. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, should we play some more songs?
Yeah, let's do some more songs.
Because we talk forever.
Especially about horror movies.
I was a big fan about how we were listening. I was.
You
I
went
said-
from your
I said-
mom to fucking YDI
Well,
in like 3 seconds.
I just
want
leaned-
that whole fucking that just paragraph on a T-shirt
I
for our
leaned-
next gig.
I leaned into Justin's ear while you
I'll
guys were talking
transcribe
about
it.
horror films, and I was
Please
like,
do.
what does this have to do
Wait,
with Wide-Eye? He's
I'm like,
nothing.
Ron,
And
all
then-
night.
and
And
then-
then,
And then you rolled it right back. Oh, it's like horror movies. It's like hardcore music. It's the ones that started it. Oh!
yeah.
Be looping.
Come on, cuz.
Damn.
I was going that whole time.
It was a good transition.
So, here's the thing.
I
When do you think you guys will record the new stuff?
Wait, what?
The new stuff. When are you going to record it?
Well, we had already done that once with Howard, and I have no idea when we're going to. We should do it sooner than later, but I have no idea.
Soon. 2023.
Calling it now.
You tell me.
What was your inspiration for singing the way that you do? Was there someone that you heard There's not. I can't place any bands that really have vocals that sound
I
like
guess-
this before YDI, except for maybe like United Mutation, but not really.
I'm trying to think. Like, well, I mean, I love. I guess it would be the Discharge, Cal, and Dez and Kronos.
Yeah. Okay, that makes
guess-
sense.
Big fan
They're
of
kind of harsh. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
Those are my influences. But I mean, I still love. I mean, I love Danzig, but I don't have that vocal style. But I like the aggressive energy.
Yeah.
The aggressiveness.
Yeah, he did it different than everybody else
Right.
that sang for Black Flag.
Yeah.
Chavo.
And Chavo, yeah, definitely,
He was
definitely.
one.
That's
Yeah.
definitely one of my big influences. And Keith Morris. I mean, I don't sound like Keith Morris, but that energy and aggression.
Yeah. I
Well, I
like.
guess go ahead.
I was just gonna. Keith Morris is like, his vocals on Black Flag are so much snottier than anyone else. You can definitely. Seems like it may be like influenced by Johnny Rotten a little bit, but also it's so much its own thing,
Yeah,
and I'm
he's-
sure that's part of like,
He's original, yeah.
yeah, being like where he's from and everything that goes into that.
But also John Brannon,
Oh yeah.
Tesco V.
Mhm.
There's so
No.
many. Sab Gray. I mean, I've seen so many great front. I'm blessed. HR. I mean, I don't sound like HR, but I mean the energy. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
untouchable energy.
Yeah.
Did you see after you were exposed to Bad Brains? Did you see them much after that?
Oh, I see it. I've seen it a million times. Black Flag and Bad Brains saw it so many times because
Yeah.
I play Philly and New York and Trenton. Like I've seen them. I don't know how many times.
Hmm.
So many times.
So, did you see
Yeah.
the Black Flag Venom show?
I didn't miss that one. I didn't go to that one.
Man, that would have been a crazy one.
Oh, the Henry Garfield SOA. That was one of my. When I brought that SOA record, I was like, "This."
That's the next song in the set.
That's
Yeah.
Should we do that?
Seems like it. That's a good lead into it.
You want to do it?
Yo, you
Okay,
tell
let's-
me what.
Let's do SOA. When I bought that record, I bought it on green vinyl. Unfortunately, I sold it, but I bought it for like $2.
Damn.
Shut up. So Jim hit me up out of nowhere about playing this Something to Talk About Fest, and he was like, "Oh, because a band canceled. What was the band on there that canceled? I don't know."
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, the Flex.
The
couldn't-
Flex
they couldn't
canceled.
get into
They
America.
couldn't get into America, and he hit me up on like Instagram or whatever. He's like, "Yo, buddy, why do I want to play this show?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Oh, that was a killer show.
Yeah, and Jim's got a lot of heart, and like
Oh, yeah.
him and Amy are fucking the best. And he's like, "Oh, you want to play shows?" He's like, "Can't tell anyone though."
Mhm.
I was like, "Hey, everybody, play a show. We can't post about it at all." So the day before, he's like, "Dude, we played in front of like 300 fucking people outside,
Yeah.
going nuts.
It looked crazy.
It was amazing. It was completely fucking amazing. I never played a show outside. I've never played a show at Photo Club."
It sounds
None of us
good
had.
outside, surprisingly.
And that show, I mean, it was like, holy shit.
Mhm.
Like, so, props to you, asshole. Jim Shomo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that asked us to play the show. Like,
Yeah.
and he's staying with him. Yeah.
You played with the Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you play shows back in the day with the Claw?
That was the Black Dust era.
Yeah.
But I kind of like put the claw aside for a while.
Uh-huh.
Just like now we're more like '83 kind of style. We had a lot of problems with the claw.
I love it, man. I love that thing. But that thing is falling apart, and I understand you not want to like. It should be in a.
It's
It should
40
be
years old.
Yeah.
38 years
resin.
old. You know, it's got a. The guy who made it was the guy who produced the Black Dust record, but he passed away.
Ah.
A lot of times, like I had like a lot of problems with it, but it still looks cool.
It looks awesome. Yeah.
So maybe I should bring it out for
Encase it in resin.
one song.
Sell for $1 million.
Maybe for the first song, and then put it aside. Cause I like
Yeah. Either the first song or the last song.
yeah, or encore or something.
Yeah.
That way
Oh,
I can
yeah.
prepare. Because you got to like strap it on, and it's falling apart.
I got to wear it once.
I would say
I felt like I was
come
going to
out
break
with
it because I
on.
got fat guy hands.
Once we get to our first break after that jam, then you can turn around and take it off.
Take it off. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just come out and the first fucking person you see just whip that thing across their face and be like, yup, there we go.
He ain't slack.
Starting with blood. I'll sharpen them up real nice for you.
Out for blood.
Out for blood.
Dude, I had a really great idea when we started this. I started playing with you. I really wanted you to attack me with it. I wanted to bleed all over the place. But then it was like really cool that I don't have to bleed all over the place anymore. I get attacked.
Yeah. Is it sharp?
It's pointy, but the blade he didn't put blades on the, because you can make an accident, but it is
Oh, yeah.
pointy. You can like stab somebody.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have. You can't like.
It doesn't have. It doesn't have an edge.
It doesn't have the blades.
Yeah, it doesn't
but,
have an edge.
But it has a point.
Yeah, I've
point.
seen.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I love that movie. That was definitely an influencer for.
What's the Back Brothers?
Yeah. It's a pizza shop in Pittsburgh
Any good?
that yeah. I work there like 1 or 2 days a week and then own a record store
Okay.
as well with, you know, Dusty Hanna?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what a book does. Like,
Yeah. He and I own a record store together.
oh,
in
you?
Polish Hill.
Oh, I didn't realize you were a part of that.
Yeah.
Yo, man, my boy Shawnee showed up there, and he went to get the fucking Welcome to Pittsburgh, Don't Fucking Move Here.
I
comp.
put that record out.
He went there, and I love it. It's so good. I love the I love all those bands. But my buddy Shawnee went to go buy one, and there was only one left or something. And but he said he got one that had all this extra shit because it was
Yeah.
left in the store. Sean that plays with Bill.
Oh, yeah, Sean.
He's
how's
like,
it
so that's who I worked with today.
going? Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
all coming full circle. Yeah, I think it was real weird. People,
Oh, look, turn this to the left. But no, not
when
with
people prepaid for it,
it. Oh, here we go.
and then that record sat there for 2 years, and no one came and picked it up. And then he asked, and I was like,
Fuck
Sean's awesome. I was like, yeah, I will give you this
He
because
told me he got the good. It's like I mean I own the record, but he's like it has all this extra shit with it. I was like,
I have more of that
fuck,
extra
man.
shit. I'll give you some of it
Oh, I love that.
because I
Man.
made.
What do we
We're
do
talking
now?
about Pittsburgh now.
Yeah, we have a little bit.
That's what happens.
Pittsburgh, Colorado.
All right, how
Yeah.
you gonna roll it back into why?
Oh, YDI was play the show in Pittsburgh.
That's Neil's second home.
Tom Otto did the.
Tom Otto,
Tom
okay.
Otto did the
Fuck
YDI Out for
you.
Blood
Tom
artwork.
Otto from Pittsburgh did the Out for Blood
Original artwork.
T-shirt cover.
Yeah.
It was just a T-shirt, right?
Well, he just did the artwork, and then we made it into a T-shirt. But that's all original art from Tom Otto, and he's from Pittsburgh.
Oh,
But I
I
wish
did not know that.
I wish I could get in contact with him, but I try to Google him and Facebook. I couldn't find him.
But we did the shirts that we have now that I'll send you home with with Jim. Like
It's all original art.
well, I did it from Neil gave me the original artwork, and I had to fuck it up on like the fucking I got Photoshop for a bit. But like to make it work on a black shirt because it's like a white background and
yeah.
black, but it's the original. Like the shirt we have now is like straight from the original, and like I said, dude, like it touches my fucking heart being able to do this with this band.
Yeah.
Like,
Boy,
I wonder
Cheers.
who would. Any old heads in Pittsburgh would know him.
I just want to like go home.
I wish, because I want to get in contact with him.
maybe Tom Reynolds or like
Tom Reynolds.
you know-
Oyo
you know-
knows
you know Tommy
everybody.
Ren- Oyo knows everybody.
He might know. He might
Oh,
not.
you
he-
know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's like.
But I mean that was
It's
like
used.
for him.
It's
Like
not
dude,
like
when you first met Oyo, when we played the Poison Idea show in New York, we played
It's the same thing.
No, you know, I-
second to last Poison Idea show ever.
Mhm.
I think I met first Oyo when he Poison and
But I like.
played Kung Fu Necktie. I think that's when I first met him.
Oh yeah, when Eva Turbo played with them. He was on tour with them.
At the
The Killer
Yeah.
Sheep player, or is he just there?
No, he was there doing. He was like
helping out
on
with the
tour.
band.
Yeah, he was on tour with Poison Idea. And that was the first time I met Jerry, and
Yeah.
Jerry fucking like,
How long ago was that?
He's a cool fucking guy.
like dude,
So
Jerry came up to me and goes, "Hey man, you're like the guy that's in that wrestling band, aren't you? My buddy told me you guys were cool. He wants a shirt." And I was like, "Have whatever you want."
Yeah,
And I
make one
gave
of
him
everything.
And then I still have the shirt. Like he gave me a Poison Idea shirt of the original, like just like the skull. And like
This is all.
I had this Poison Idea shirt that Jerry gave me, and I was like, "Cool."
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I have pictures like Oyo has like took pictures of me and him in the basement, a Kung Fu Necktie, and like it was just like I've been listening to Poison Idea since like how old? And you're the record like your record, Neil, came out the same year as fucking
Pick Your
Poison
King.
Idea, Pick Your King. And what I think you said to me, and what Howard had said to me, and I believe I heard this from Chuck too, was like, there's another band playing hard as fuck from all the way over here, and and then the reason we got there second last show was because I went to Skullfest. And Poison Idea was playing. It was Poison Idea and Sheer Terror played.
Oh yeah.
And I was at
Drop
Babyland.
Dead and
I was at Babyland,
It
and I
was
saw
at
Jerry.
Spirit. They played at Spirit.
But I saw
yeah.
Jerry at Babyland,
Uh-huh.
and I had met him because my old band had played with him, and I ran into him in Portland one time. Blah, blah, blah. So he knew who I was.
Mhm.
If I said, "Hey man, what's up?" and I was like, "Yo, I got this sticker." I gave him a YDI sticker, and his eyes opened up. He goes, "YDI? What is this?" I was like, "Oh, I'm playing in this band now."
Yeah.
He's like, "The guy from fucking Turnbuckles is playing in YDI?" And he got like really happy.
Yeah.
And then it was like 6-8 months later, you get the call from, I don't know, like you got asked
From
probably Sheer Terror. Like,
yeah,
was it fucking Paul or
Paul from Sheer Terror.
yeah? Because it was one of his shows.
Right.
He's one of the
He books the
funniest
shows.
people I've ever met
love that
in
guy.
my
He's
life.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sheer
yeah,
Terror.
and it's like, and the most fucked up part about that story is that Neil was in the hospital with heart problems. And like, okay, Christmas, me and our buddy again, Dennis McHugh, went to go visit Neil in the hospital on Christmas Day. Show was the 28th. Show was December 28th, and December 25th, you were in the fucking hospital.
He brought me the Exorcist book to read,
Yeah.
so that got me out of the hospital. And the power of Satan come in and lift me out of the hospital.
And
That's a true story.
like,
Satan
I
came
believe
in
it.
and was like, Neil, you will, or Jackal, you will get out of the hospital.
I remember I brought you.
Yeah,
I
right.
brought you food. I was like, I called the night before. I called your nurse, and I was like, "Can I bring him food? Like, it's Christmas fucking day. Like, can he eat anything?" She's like, "No, not a salt. No salt kind of thing." So like, I made you like some like rice kind of stir fry kind of thing, but I like kept it easy on seasoning kind of thing. But like, me and Dennis came to visit you, and then I went home and I was like, "Are we gonna have to cancel the show? Like, is this a thing? Like, because I didn't want him to fucking die on stage, kind of thing."
Poison Idea show?
And I called his fucking nurse. I called his nurse, and I was like, "Hey, again, I'm
then
this
your
guy
father
calling you about my
was
friend
right?
again."
Yeah.
And I was like, "We have a show.
That was crazy.
Is he gonna be able to play it?" But I knew it would have broke his heart if we couldn't play it.
Yeah.
And she was like, "It's probably not the best idea."
Right? Yeah, I was sick.
And Neil was like, he was sick, but there was these kids from Virginia.
He drove up, yeah.
There's two guys that drove up from Virginia.
And they knew every song.
And they knew every fucking song. They were screaming. And Neil, whenever you felt like, because I told you, I was like, if you feel weird, tell us to take a minute.
They were singing the
And you would just like put the fucking microphone in their faces.
And they were like,
they knew every word
Yeah,
they were singing it. That was
the best.
oh god, that was like the best. That was one of the best things in the fucking world.
That note.
I thought we would have to I thought we were gonna have to cancel the show.
No cancel.
And I knew it would break your heart.
No cancel.
So, but if you died on that stage,
That would be perfect.
would
That's
be
the way to
infamous. Would be
That's the way
infamous.
to go.
Right.
The drummer from one of my favorite bands died on a stage.
Oh god,
Beat Farmers.
Beat Farmers.
After the third song, he like leaned over
Let me like
this.
desire on you guys. I want to die like blow
and then just
on
leaned
the
back
beach.
and died.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. Whatever.
How do you want to die? I don't want to die ever.
Blue job on the beach is perfect.
That's a pretty good one.
Right, but you. The thing is you die right before you come, so you wouldn't even enjoy it.
And then you come in, you die.
As you're coming.
And I'm
Well, that would be what you would want.
That's some post cum right there.
Post, yeah. Fuck pre-cum. Where's the post-cum? It's a sneeze.
All right, now we're this one.
Flip the switch. Switch.
What are we doing?
Push the button.
New material, new YDI.
Pull the lever.
We're not gonna
Nothing's
do.
right.
We're not gonna do.
How did you come across naming it YDI, the band?
That was actually Mike's idea.
Yeah,
It was going to originally be called Death Monster.
cool.
What? What? Why don't we have a song called Death Monster?
Fuck you! We're writing a song
Could you
called Death
imagine
Monster,
if,
you
if the
piece of
band was
shit.
called Death Monster? It would. I would be like, oh, thanks, Ajax. Death Monster. Next.
Wait, and here's something, and I was thinking about this while I was playing. So I don't know YDI at all, and after playing that song for a very long time, playing YDI for a very long time,
Song
I said, Neil, what are you saying at this one part? And he said, you have had enough. And I said, I thought you were saying 2 right hands are better than none. And I was like, that's really introspective.
pretty good.
But what does that mean? Oh no, it's you have had enough. Oh, okay. Sorry. So I still sing, 2 right hands are better than none.
Well, I mean, like that second show you played where you had to fucking try to remember the lyrics just to play because that shitty sound guy.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't at Ortlieb's. You couldn't hear anything
Where was
at
that
all.
at?
Wait,
It was
he-
at Ortlieb's. It was Mike's second show, and Mike is good. And the show he played with Fang, where he could hear everything, he fucking nailed it to the point where like people were like, "Oh my god,
couldn't hear
that rules." We played a show. It's like happens at any punk rock show sometimes. You can't hear things, but I kept pushing my fucking guitar amp over so Mike could hear me. Mike couldn't hear anything, and my guitar was very noisy to begin with, and he couldn't hear anything, and he only knew kind of like what Neil was saying. So I would see him mouthing the words to keep in time.
But the best part
And
is,
you're like, it was
I
not
kept
good.
telling the sound guy, like, I can't hear anything out of this mouth. There's nothing's coming out. And he's like, it's on, man. It's loud. And he's like getting mad. Like, whatever. Just fucking deal with it. At the very end, once we're finished, I'm like taking my stuff. I'm like starting to break down. And the monitor that's right behind me goes, beep! And I was like, oh! And I look up at the sound guy and he's like, gives a thumbs up. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I had to turn it on. It's like, and then the big headlining band after us, the drummer comes up. He's like, yeah, I couldn't hear anything out of there during sound check. I was like, sound check.
Yeah.
You piece of shit. You brought your own fan, but when the monitor behind you didn't work, you didn't think to say something to the sound guy. Hey, this doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that band
Capra.
Capra. I saw them play at fucking Dobbs with this band called Bummer and Whores. That was a show that fit them better. And I was like, oh, yo, what's up, dude? We play. That fucking dude just gave me the like, yeah, whatever.
Dude, you guys did a sound check. That's what that's for. Tell the dude this is not on.
He didn't.
Fix
You know
this.
what? Was it a shitty fucking monitor, and he didn't
No.
want to blow it out before the big band that played in front of 20 people?
No, because I could see him while I was behind the drums telling him this thing isn't working. I could see him being frustrated back there, like, whoa, whoa. And then when he turned it on, he was like, oh, I figured it out. It's like, oh, great.
Too little, too late.
It was fine.
Too little, too late.
It was fine. I've played with being able to hear less.
All of it.
Yeah.
Too much too soon, too little, too late. It all makes sense.
You
Wait,
guys ever
they're
play
what?
with autistic behavior?
No, but I love those guys. I used to
Yeah.
go see them all the
If
time.
I drink anything
never played with them,
above like a 7, I get really mean.
What about
I've
Pagan
met
Babies?
you on fucking high octane.
We played with them back in, I think it was 85.
Yeah.
There's a
Right
show.
there.
We went out of the
You're
hall.
just
I
kind
can't
of
remember. That was a long
bitch, and I
time
don't
ago.
remember.
Yeah, I got one more. Electric Love Muffin.
I think we played with them. I think, did we play with them? I can't remember. That was in the 80s.
Long time ago, yeah,
almost 40 years ago. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Before I was
I'm
even
sure
born.
we played with them though.
That's cool. What shows in the original era stick out to you as being like big shows? I know there's a show you play with Iron Cross that like the flyer
That
has,
was incredible. I mean, Sad was fucking unbelievable, man. The band was incredible. I love that show. And Fang and Flipper played that show too, even though they weren't on the flyer.
Oh really?
The Fang and Flipper played Murphy's Law.
It's a crazy show.
I mean, Harley came down. It was fucking unbelievable. That was a great show. You mean like bands wide-eye shows
Yeah.
that we played, or shows I just went to?
Both.
That show, The show we played with Minor Threat. The show we played with Sam Hain. The first time we saw Black Flag with Bad Brains. The first time we saw the Misfits. And then we went down, when I first met Mike, we drove down to D.C. and saw Minor Threat. That was fucking incredible at 930 Club.
Mm-hmm.
The Meatmen, I remember our old bass player, Steve Luckshy, is running out a bus and drove all of us down to the Wilson Center to see the Meatmen. That was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Discharge.
Did Tesco B, had he reviewed the record at that point? Or was this before?
Oh, he reviewed our
the demo.
The demo, yeah. That's what got us in the loop, you know. Like,
yeah.
Because he was like, you know, the leader of the hardcore scene.
Yeah.
So what if he said it was good? Everybody like paid attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave us our big start.
Did you make a lot of those demos?
I can't remember. I don't know. Not too many. No.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't. I don't know. I've ever heard of anyone of all the record collectors.
Yeah, it's hard to find. Yeah.
Yeah. People that would have it. You know, I don't know anyone that does.
That's yeah.
Yeah. It's cool that Southern Lord put all that stuff out.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. How did you get hooked up with them?
He was he emailed. Well, actually, Mark from he put out our we released our 7-inch, and then he hooked me up with
the TKO.
Yeah, Mark from TKO hooked me up with Greg, and we did a little tour with Greg's band, and then we played New York. We played Brooklyn, Philly, and DC, Black Cat.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm grateful he put that out.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I think that showed a whole new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that, you know, still doing it and had these guys. These guys are fucking awesome. We got new material.
The new material's good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it sounds like old YDI.
Yeah. So we got to put out a new EP. These guys fucking rule, so we're coming and we're ready.
Yeah.
That's so the point. Make it sound like old YDI.
You are old YDI.
Because that's what people want, and that's what I want.
And YDI was always a group effort. It wasn't just, you know, like it's not just me. It's a whole group. You know, it's just unfortunate over years, people, you know, left whatever. But it's always a group band. You know, sort of a band.
Yeah. Did any do anything in the '90s with the band?
The '90s. Well, we had Wolf's Blood, which was really. We were playing YDI songs. We never came up with any original, so it's just like basically YDI with just a different name.
Yeah.
War Cry.
And we had War Cry. That wasn't Kimba. Yeah. That didn't work out. So
sometimes it doesn't.
But I like the song.
Kimba ruled, man.
Yeah, Kimba was a great guitar player. Final Conflict. Just keep going, you know. That's why I never say die.
Yeah, I mean it's working out.
Yeah,
it seems.
All we need is like a sponsor or something. Somebody give us some money and say, "Oh, these guys are great."
Pepsi.
I think you guys quit your day jobs and we'll pay you a salary and you just go out and
never
tour.
Happened.
The shame Scion went under. They seem to be giving.
Oh my God!
Who?
I was in fucking a band called Javelina when they were like doing the whole metal thing.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of Scion
Javelina with a J.
socks. Yeah, Javelina. Yeah, I had a lot of Scion socks.
Who?
Like
Scion, the car company. They made the toaster car.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
the lesbian scissor car.
How do you
upside down?
Flip it over.
I can't see.
Oh no,
magic.
They sponsored so many metal shows. Like we were playing a lot of like that band was like
Put out records
very
for
like
the
doom
Spits.
metal
They
shows.
seemed like they were like sponsoring every.
They were
Spits show.
doing so much shit, and it was just like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
I just remember, like I said, for like 2 years, I had socks that said Scion on the side because they were free. Because we played like in Austin and like and we played like South by Southwest and shit like that, and they were like promoting everything. So I had so much free shit. It was like amazing. But what the fuck?
I don't know. Anything else?
2023. Look out for the new material.
Cool.
I think it's the most interesting stage YDI has been in since the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
It's like the first time it's like legit again.
I agree.
You know, like the shows are packed. Young kids are singing the fucking lyrics.
I know, young kids.
I mean, that's what I said
I'm
when I joined the band. I was like,
But those
yo,
kids in
man,
New
play the
York,
old
they
shit.
were like, fucking like.
Play the old shit.
Kids
Young.
in Pittsburgh.
That's what
Cause I
Philly,
love
kids
Black
in
Dust.
fucking Philly
Like
club.
it's great.
Everybody's been
Like,
They're so young, man. It's like,
but
There's something
that's like
going
a
on that we
different
need to pay
crowd
attention
almost.
to.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if we went
That
straight
whole
Black
shit.
Dust
Listen to that show
era,
that Mike told me about, the UK.
that's like I
Subhumans?
think
There's
you'd
all
have
these
to go
kids
to the
there.
like.
I mean, like, dude, you're fucking young, man.
I don't want.
That's how
Children like this.
Listen,
And the
like,
UK Subhumans,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think you'd have to do
Yeah.
that to
Yeah.
like make that
Like
But
work,
they've been
like
going
t-shirt
fucking
metal.
a certain way. Yeah.
The place fucking
Yes.
packed. And it was
Um,
going wild. The energy was incredible, man.
Like
What-
I mean,
The UK Subhumans.
Subhumans.
Oh yeah,
Subhumans.
Fucking great. And like, it was all like young kids there, man. It was like,
you can't. You sent us a text. It was like UK subs are playing.
I don't know, man. I was
It was
drunk.
great. No, it was amazing. He's like UK subs. I was like, wait, UK subs are playing. I saw the UK
Yeah.
subs at fucking the upstage in Pittsburgh when I was like fucking 16. Oh my god, the UK subs are playing, and it's like Subhumans UK.
That was Mike, yeah.
So the UK subs, Charlie Harper told Dick that he's done. They're gonna do one more show.
How old is he?
I
He's
forget.
in his 70s.
Charlie Harper.
It's coming up. It's coming up at some point in 2023. They're gonna play with the
Discharge.
Subhumans and GBH
Discharge shit,
and
right?
somebody else. But they're gonna do one more show, and
Just.
Charlie Harper was like, after that I'm
Probably a
done.
little bit left.
And then the next time Dick talked to him, he's like, yeah, after that I'm done. But we'll maybe do another few shows after
There's
that.
more.
It's like, what the fuck? You're not stopping. You know you're not stopping.
Can't stop.
They'll wheel him out on stage like a Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Like just
It'll be just his brain with wires in it, connected to a microphone.
yeah, with a contact mic.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's not stopping.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
It'll be 40 years in 2023
How old
that A
is he?
Place in the Sun came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
40 years.
Great.
Would you do anything different?
No, I mean, I just wish we had a sponsor. That's the only problem. We never had a sponsor.
Zion!
Yeah. PBR.
We're our own sponsors. Fuck off.
PBR sponsored
Neil,
Skullfest
you are
for
the
a couple of
sponsor.
years.
No, I mean, we need somebody with money. That's basically what I mean. Sponsor. I mean, somebody with money. What do you call?
Like Red Bull.
Dave Grohl's made money.
A
getting
fucking
sponsored.
pipe dream.
he
It's
is
a
a
dream.
Yeah,
We need Dave Grohl to like this band.
Yeah.
That's Dave
not
Grohl. He's got a lot
We're,
of money.
you know, fuck it. We're just gonna.
I don't know where to find him.
Until
He's
we're
from
done doing it.
Youngstown.
Huh?
Hey,
So
no
he's from
fucking
Youngstown.
reward.
He's
He's playing the
Midwest guy.
screen,
Where's he
right?
He's from Youngstown, Ohio.
Ohio?
Ah,
Yeah.
Jesus!
Yeah.
What's he, a fucking Browns fan?
I don't know if he knows
Ew.
about sports.
I don't either. But I just know when I grew up,
Didn't he play the screen?
Steelers Browns.
Scream.
Not a good thing.
Didn't he play the screen?
Yeah, he was the drummer of Scream.
I saw him back in the East Side Club.
That
They
dude
good?
has done. That dude has done so much shit, and it's cool that like he took music a certain way for himself, and like he went for it. Like that dude is a musician.
Through and through.
There's on the other side of that fucking door. There's a Probot poster.
That's cool.
The record's great. Like it's really good,
No,
and he
it's
got
good.
people from all over. And did something like I don't know, like it's like, can you imagine being able to like this is my job? That's super
Yeah.
cool. I would love
Yeah.
that. I'm just not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Neil, you are a lover,
You
and
are.
I love your positivity, but I'm not
Positive,
that
negative.
good.
I always heard Dave
Yeah,
Grohl
cuz, you
got
alright?
his like positivity from fucking Dimebag, from Pantera, and it was like he's the nicest guy I ever met, and like he just walked around with fucking whiskey bottles, and that's why I do it now.
That guy has the tinniest guitar sound ever.
Who?
Dimebag.
Yeah,
Those
so
Randall
serious.
amps.
It's so
Not-
tinny.
Not anymore.
It's so tinny.
Yeah. No guitar tones anymore from him.
You just said Dimebag as a tinniest
It's
guitar.
so tinny. There's no bass to it.
Fucking-
That's his whole thing.
That's what he's got Rex
you
for.
just leveled down like 3 notches. I mean, man.
Stop recording.
Pantera's got riffs though.
No, I'm not saying they don't.
I met Dimebag. I used to bartend when I bartended at the Troc. His other, what was his other band
I
called?
like that bass,
The one
baby.
after Pantera.
I like a big fat
Not
ass and
Hell
a nice
Yeah.
fat guitar tone.
It's
I
fatter
think
than
of what they're
Slayer.
called.
What was Dimebag's band?
Oh, you can't.
Well, anyway, I saw him at the drop. He's a cool guy, man. He drank a Jim Beam Coke. He left me a $5 tip.
Nice.
And then the next day, he got killed.
That's crazy.
And that, so I was like, I was impressed. I was like, this guy's so cool, you know?
Yeah, that's what I've always heard. Is he was the
He's a
nicest
cool guy. Yeah, he's a cool
Yeah.
guy, man. I met him,
Who's that?
Dimebag, when I used to bartend
Oh,
at the
sure.
truck.
Nice motherfucker. Like, I'm not. That's not the thing.
He's a cool guy, man.
Big tipper.
Bartone's very tinny.
Well,
I don't know anything about
you
that.
guitar players, that's
but who
your
am I?
thing, you
Who
know?
am
I know Jambag Janos. Hey, hello, I'm Jambag Janos.
You guitar players are, that's your world.
All right, and that's what that was. Thank you for bearing with the ups and downs of the volume and the conversation. It was a little hard for me to follow, being a person just holding a recorder in my hand, trying to jump back between all these people who talk at varying different levels with varying intensities. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got through it without throwing your headphones down, putting them through the garbage disposal, and yeah, there will be more, always more. If ever I do a thing like this before, I would do it differently, and it'll be better. But I think this turned out good enough for now. All right, until next time, have a good life, and yeah, be good to each other.